Hi guys! In this video series, we're going to look at a foolproof strategy that will help you get this question type correct across any examination and any question type of Parajumble. So before we get started about that, a Parajumble or say any paragraph could actually be divided into 3 parts. The first is your introduction, which just talks about basic things or just introduces the topic as the name suggests. The second is body, which contains the crux of the passage and the major details. The last is the conclusion, which helps to summarize or conclude the passage. Let us discuss each of them one by one in detail. The first one is introduction. Now, introduction, as the name suggests, is very general. It usually does not contain any specific details or any facts or any type of data. It is something that initiates the topic of discussion. Even in general life, you initiate a topic by talking generally something about it and then move on and talk in detail about it. The second one is body. Now, body or the statements in between introduction and conclusion usually contain specific details and facts. It could be data, description, example, or any other kind of specifics. Now, the key here is that you may find connectors in these statements. Transition words are usually helpful to help us connect two statements via connectors or via transition words. Now, let us have a look at what these different connectors or transition words could be. Pay attention, these are very important. The first one is noun-pronoun pair. अच्छा आप सोचिए, if we have 2 or 3 statements, जिसमें one of the statement talks about a guy, Harry, and then 2 other statements refer to him as he, the pronoun he. Obviously, the word Harry would come before. इसीलिए जो सेंटेंस जिसमें हैरी का नाम मेंशन है वो पहले आएगा and the other 2 sentences that have referred to him as he will be followed by that. So we definitely know that the noun always precedes the pronoun. The second one is cause effect. Similarly, you always talk about a problem or a question or an issue which is then followed by either its effect, its meaning, its explanation, its solution, or an example related to it. The third one is where sentences are paired using keywords. अब इसको ऐसे समझते हैं. Let us say we have 4 statements. 2 of them talk about coal and 2 of them talk about petroleum. Then definitely the 2 statements that talk about coal will come together and the 2 statements that talk about petroleum will come together. So you see how coal acted as a keyword and petroleum acted as a keyword. Now there's a slight exception to this, which is our 4th indicator, which is tone. In case the tone is different, let's say I'm comparing coal and petroleum, then the order will be coal, petroleum, or vice versa. There sometimes may be a case where you don't have a keyword or all the sentences have keywords. Or maybe 3 or 4 sentences have a keyword. उसमें थोड़ा सा confusion हो जाता है. In such cases, you should go definitely by the understanding of the statement. कि statement आपसे कहना क्या चाह रहा है, or the tone of the statement, and you will be able to easily arrange them. The next one is time sequences and tenses. So whenever you are arranging statements, make sure that they are in chronological order, either in ascending order or descending order. Similar is the case with tenses. The present, past and future tense give us an indication of कि हमारा time frame क्या है. The last is the presence of transition words. Words like however, but, even though, although ये हमें थोड़ा बहुत tone का idea देते हैं. They tell us that the scene or the context has shifted a little. Let us take a small example to understand this. Ron is a good and punctual boy. However, he has been notorious lately. In this example, and shows additionality, that there is an additional quality to Ron. However, the word shows that there is a change of tone, that we are mentioning a slight contradiction. So transition words help us identify where the tone is changing or the context is changing or what type of context is there, positive, negative, neutral. The last and the final part is the conclusion. Now the last statement is usually that summarizes the argument or summarizes the whole paragraph. It gives either an opinion or a solution to something that has been discussed in the whole passage. Now the conclusion can be in two ways. The first one is where the last sentence will summarize the whole of the passage. The second way is where the last sentence will only be an extension of the second last line. Usually, sentences that have words like therefore, hence, thence, thus are conclusions, but that's on one specific point. It may be the last one, it may not be the last one. But because these words indicate conclusion, we know for a fact that they will definitely not be in the first few statements. Now, the most important point that will help you recognize a conclusion is that a conclusion never starts a new topic of discussion. It always summarizes or ends it. So if you see a statement that has a new noun or pronoun or a new fact mentioned with respect to the rest of the statements, that statement is definitely not your conclusion. Let us finally look at the Brahmastra, how you should be approaching this question type. First and foremost, quickly read all of the statements and try to understand the context. एक बार फटाफट सारी स्टेटमेंट्स पढ़ लीजिए और बस इतना आइडिया होना जरूरी है कि बात किस बारे में हो रही है. But make sure while reading those statements, you don't invest a lot of time in it. Secondly, try to identify the introduction. Why am I saying this? Because the introduction is very easy to spot. It's a general statement, does not usually contain much of data. But even if you're unable to spot the introduction, that's okay. The next thing that you must do is make at least one mandatory pair. Now you have to be sure that these two statements will definitely come together because the rest of the strategy is based on it. Now once you know that these two statements will come together, whether on the basis of noun-pronoun pair, on the basis of tone, keywords, context, time, anything, you can now use the rest of the sentences to just fill in the blanks. At the end, make sure to quickly reread the final order. Now the good thing about this strategy is that even if you make a mistake or you're not sure if your final answer is correct, you can just start with your mandatory pair. You don't have to solve the whole question again. Now this saves up on a lot of time and ensures accuracy. We hope that this video was useful. For more such videos, log on to www.oliveboard.in. And remember, nothing beats practice. Happy learning!